We just put all of our sheets out. We were literally like getting ready to tuck in and the entire house went dead.
We have no idea what happened. We did just install 2 new fans. They've been running continuously for a little while now. No issues at all. Even our MPPT controller won't come on, like to say that it has any battery coming to it as well. So it's telling me something happened with the batteries. Maybe it's one battery, maybe it's all the batteries, but this would be a hard hit.
I'm like listening to him talk and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Clearly the batteries are one of the most expensive components of your electrical system. I hope it's not that.
Like that. It's just gonna be take everything out of here and
throw it in the house?
Pretty much.
Okay. Paco's being super duper helpful. Oh, I hear beeping.
Oh, that was this.
Oh, that's that one. I got excited. The only reason that the house has light in it right now is that we have all these little cubes up. We were filming some stuff for the sheets, like making the bed, making a cute TikTok or whatever. So we had all these extra lights out, which have now come in very handy. So thanks, Lumie Cube. This is a very handy tool that you should definitely have if you live in a van. 0.
0?
Yeah.
How about now?
Full 0.
I just can't believe our whole battery system just went like down. Because we have something so important that we have to do tomorrow, I feel like I have to get this done right now. So this is the side we just installed. These fans, these are the 2 fans. So it doesn't seem like it's either one of them.
Well, you think it would just like boop, come right back on?
Yeah.
Look, just take them all out. Take everything out.
Let's make a little bucket here that way.
Why don't you put them like boom, 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 boom?
Disconnecting each circuit, which then in turn should tell me that that is the short, but I don't know if I have to just remove the wire completely or not.
This is
there you go. It's
2 point something.
Beeping. Not beeping. Beep. So it's all good. Sleep on this, think about it, you know, not let it weigh too heavy on me until the morning. Take care of it in the morning, because I'm freaking tired already. And the worst thing to do is to work on something like this when you're tired.
We're just gonna let it ride. We're going to bed anyways, so it's okay that it's dark and there's no electricity. And we will just reconvene tomorrow morning. This light came back on. We were sleeping and we heard like a little
Yeah, I think that was the fridge trying to come back on.
And then Frank was like, whoa, that sounded like power. Let me check it out. Time is it even?
6:30. I'm just checking to see what voltage we have down here. It says 10.81. I'm gonna plug the house in to Dorota's house. So we definitely have power, but it's extremely low power. I saw our lights on when I woke up and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, at least we have power now. So the battery reconnected itself. The good news is, we woke up in the morning, the lights were on, the refrigerator was trying to come on. The thing is that we lost power because we were out of battery. And then when you're out of battery, the BMS system actually shuts itself down fully so it doesn't over-deplete itself and kill the battery. So these batteries are working great. They're working how they're supposed to, which is amazing because they were cheap batteries on Amazon for $500. Right now they're only $400 and they're doing their job. So the good part is all we had to do was plug in or drive the van. For us, we're at a friend's house right now, so we just simply plugged in the van, and the next thing is just making sure that we're paying attention to the levels of power that we have, so that way we don't have an issue again.
How did we run the battery down? The sun was cranking. We barely used it yesterday.
When I talked to Josh from Crown and Style, because he's like an expert in this stuff.
Solar guy.
If you want to know anything about solar, reach out to Crown and Style. They'll give you all the details you need. So Josh and I are talking. I'm like, yeah, we're normally sitting at like 13.3. And sometimes we're even as far down as like 13.1. And he goes, 13.1? He goes, that's super low actually for lithium.
Yeah.
He's like, you should be sitting at like 13.6, and 13.3 would be like, all right.
So how come our batteries are so low all the time?
So what happens is, well, because we only have so much solar. We actually have a very small amount of solar compared to like what we would need for 300 amp hours. So we have a lot of power that we could store, and lately I have not been using our DC to DC charger. I've just been driving without
because
it
we
on.
figured we were getting so much sun.
Correct.
That we didn't need the DC to DC
so it was
as
a
much.
miscalculation on my part of why we ran out of power. And since we're sitting in a spot at our friend's house, we're not driving.
We haven't been driving a lot at all.
So we're not using the DC to DC charger, which then in turn together would charge our battery bank.
Womp womp. Well,
now you know. It just goes to show how far 300 amp hours will go when you just like trickle charge it. But the main thing would be is like whenever we're starting to get low, maybe we do get like a camp spot with a plug-in.
Or just go for a drive or like head to the next spot.
So a drive would have to be about 8 hours would be 240. So 8 hours of driving would be basically like 3/4 of our battery bank.
That's a long drive.
About 80%. But like if you're sitting at about like 50%, you don't need to drive that as far.
Sure.
You know, so if you're completely dead, it would take about 10 hours of driving in order for us to completely fill our battery bank.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's good news. We have a big drive today, so we're going to chop up the batteries while we're charging anyways. It doesn't matter.
Well, it does, because we're going to charge here, and then we're going to use the DC charger.
So we'll be fully cranked up, because tomorrow we have a big photo shoot. They're going to use our power, so that was, like, scary that we weren't going to have power for that.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm just really glad that it's not a short, because shorts are a lot harder to find, especially when you
We would have to pull the whole electrical, every wire.
I'd have to pull all the wires through and have a snake to pull it through, so that way I can pull it back.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Such a disaster.
So it'd just be a lot of work to pull all the lines and then rerun them all. It'd probably be like 2 days worth of work.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to do that. We're gonna make some breakfast, clean the van up, and head out for this photo shoot. Woo!
So good. So we just charged for the last 4 hours. We're almost topped off, but the drive to where we gotta go will top us off.
So now we've got a big drive and a lot of errands to do on the way. Let's go.
I feel I can't take it no more. No, I can't keep up. It's just never enough. Life just keeps on giving me detours.
It's time to donate. Alex is gonna donate her duvet because we got a new one. We don't need it anymore, but it's all about decluttering. We don't wanna have tons of things in our space. When we get something new, we have to get rid of it. Either sell it or we donate it because we don't wanna make waste. How are you doing? Good, you got it good. You got a big duvet.
Okay, yeah.
All right, ow. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt really bad. Ouch. I just kicked the swivel part of the chair.
That swivel stick out is dangerous, honestly. I've ripped a whole pair of jeans like in half with that swivel stick out. Oh.
All right, well, I just ripped that, so.
We spent the last couple of days super cleaning out the house. We went through every single cupboard, every single nook, every single cranny. And so now we're gonna go into Home Depot and return an impulse purchase that we made that we didn't end up using.
Hopefully we never need this down the road. Because then we're gonna be like, damn it, why'd we bring that back?
Successful mission. We turned a bottle of glue into a bag of compost for our toilet. That'll be much more useful.
Decided to poop right here.
Oh, okay.
Sprinkle a little bit of dirt on it.
Dog dad life.
But since today's Mother's Day, I'm doing all the dog cleanup, so Alex doesn't have to.
It's super simple to fill the toilet. We have a compartment for it right next to the bucket that we go in, and Frank's just gonna dump that bag in there, and we're all done. Bags usually last.
They normally last us a couple weeks. I would say probably like 3 weeks or so on average, and then we have to fill it back up.
Bought this sticker that makes a rainbow in your house, and I put it up last night in the dark, and it works. Look, we've got little rainbows. Little rainbows. It's so cute.
This is the cheapest place that we ever been to wash our car. Pretty down with it though.
I'm a little bit wondering why it's only $1, but we're just gonna roll with it.
Oh, 2 minutes. $1 is 2 minutes. You normally need like a bit more time than that, so it's not $1.
Well, Frankie cleaned and massaged his feet at the car wash. I did the dishes. I figured it was a good time. Now we gotta go pick up some groceries, and I'm so hungry.
You know what shopping does to me? Works up an appetite. So we're gonna have some wonderful, delicious food. This is normally like our breakfast snack or breakfast meal in the morning, but we decided we're gonna do it for lunch.
I made it fit. Ooh,
oh,
that was a little bit sketchy. Perfect. All right, we're ready to go.
Muchas cosas.
Muchas cosas.
I can buy many things.
it's kind of wild, huh?
Yo parar muchas cosas.
Puedo comprar muchas cosas.
Puedo comprar muchas cosas. Ya. Eyes on the road.
Putting
Coming up next, we are going to our first professional modeling shoot, and I gotta say, we are nervous. Be sure to subscribe because we're taking you behind the scenes.
I hope they don't ask me to turn both ways because I'm an ambi-turner.